Whoa. Oh, man. You got a camera?
The disrespect on Hakeem name needs to stop. When we talk about big men, I tend to notice Jokic and Embiid and other bigs climbing the ladder, without mentioning the best to ever do it. Hakeem's 93-94 season might be the most criminally underrated MVP season of all time, with averages of 27 and 12 with about 4 assists a game. But the man on the defensive end was more scarier, putting up close to 4 blocks and 2 steals. And yes, you can say there's no MJ, but you cannot deny this man is the face of the league, and in my personal opinion, that 94 Rockets team could beat the Bulls team with MJ just because of big play alone. Hakeem displayed a unique skill set, built around his scoring and playmaking, leading the Rockets to that LOB and some personal hardware. Hakeem wasn't your big brute dominating the center or hooking you to death in the paint. Hakeem showed supreme skill on that block. As I look at Jokic damn near put 50 on the Defensive Player of the Year Goldberg's head, I notice how terrible the defense is from the sense of pride and how easy it is to score, questioning the IQ of some of these players and the actual resistance of making a player score. On this play, notice Jokic is in the pinch post, initiating all the contact, giving shoulders down low and pretty much just knocking Rudy off balance, clearly showing that he's just a fucking weak side defender. He has no bricks in his back pocket and he's soft as shit. And now we take a look at Embiid scoring a 50 burger in the playoffs. Now his work on the block is great, but it's limited, and he tends to fall right into this cupcake era, a true foul hunter and looks to shoot a jumper more than just imposing his will. The inflated stats are going to happen when you play in an era all about scoring and the physicality and defense is taken out. So I respect and pay homage to the legends who did it before and in the grown man era. Look here where Hakeem is fighting for positioning in the post. Once he gets the rock, he doesn't play with the ball and tries to face up. Instead, he goes straight into a shimmy turnaround, leaving the defender guessing. For this play when he receives the ball in the post and shows excellent touch over the outstretched arm of Mutombo, an actual Defensive Player of the Year and a great low post defender. And it wasn't just his work in the mid-range, his footwork and patience was true poetry in motion. Or here in the paint where he's seeing hard double and uses a multitude of fakes and hard pivots just to get to his spot and rise up. Then on this play, Olajuwon is on the block with Ewing, a great defender in his own right. Look how he receives the ball in the post, gives Ewing a shoulder to the chest to a turnaround. Notices Ewing goes for it, leading to an up and under finish. Lastly was his IQ in passing, which is very underrated, being able to pass out of double teams and making pinpointers to shooters. Now to my favorite part of his game, and that's his defense and motor, something these quote-unquote superstars don't do and don't have. Look here when the Knicks look for a screen to get Hakeem on the perimeter. Look how Hakeem gets beat, then recover for a key block and add another game into the series. Olajuwon was one of the highest motor players we have ever seen from a big, displaying extreme energy as he would fly all over the court to recover and save plays. And it's all made possible by his physical frame. He was listed as 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan. Moving like a forward, but being incredibly agile, not just laterally, but when moving forward or back. And his hips were super flexible, which allowed him to swivel and swing his body all over the court as he turned to cut off a lot of attack angles. Which leads us to his great post defense, and defense all around, in the 1994 finals, and going up against Patrick Ewing, showing us why he deserved that Defensive Player of the Year with his MVP award. Look here where Hakeem's in a double team and he's active and aware looking for an open shooter. Once he sees Patrick Ewing open at the top of the key, he gets a great closeout for a missed 3. Or here, look at your 7-foot center, filling the lane correctly, switching his hip and contouring his body to get a great contest on John Starks for a fast break layup. Got a play here where Patrick Ewing's in a post on Hakeem. Hakeem's got great positioning, so when Patrick Ewing makes that quick spin move, he meets him up top to go get that thing off the glass. Got a play here where he's active through the whole defensive assignment. You see Patrick Ewing going for the screen. Notice how Hakeem goes up and over that screen to help out his guard, playing him up close in the perimeter for a little bit until he gets to switch back on Patrick Ewing. Once he gets that, he sees the open man coming in the middle and he gets a great contest on the point guard. Bro, this is excellent defense from your 7-foot big man. In his 94 finals, Hakeem put up 27 and 10 with 4 assists and 4 blocks, all chipping in 2 steals, a true definition of a two-way player. while playing 43 minutes a game. Come on, man. And this when big man play was prevalent, they actually went back at you. So you didn't have time to complain to the ref and try to get a call. You had to work for yours and actually had to play defense to stop your man. Well, I don't get why his name's not in the conversation anymore or this 93-94 season. And then when you add in these crazy narratives on these big men, and they haven't did anything in the playoffs or the finals that touched what Hakeem did. Yes, Jokic got a ring, but it's still a lot to work on the defensive end with him. Embiid, he hasn't even made it past, the second round, and he's always injured, so I don't see why his name keeps coming in the conversation. Yes, he's a highly skilled player, but he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won shit, so I just don't get it. But this was just a quick rant and breakdown on how these two MVPs just can't match what this MVP did in this season or reach his level yet.